Hi everybody. Sorry, it's been about 3 weeks since I posted a video. I think I mentioned before that I took a long-term substitute teaching position, and that started a week before our school basically shifted to online only. And so as of today, I just finished a work day teaching remotely. Fortunately, I'm teaching a computer class, so and it's for high school students, so I think I have it easier than a lot of other teachers I know. So I'm focusing on the good. What I'm really concerned about is all the people who've lost their jobs and their source of income. And it sort of relates to what this video is about, which is about the fabric masks, but it's a little bit of a different angle, I think. There are a lot of videos that I've seen that look very good from YouTubers I admire, showing you how to make face masks. So I'm not going to add yet another tutorial to that. And I've actually only made a few myself so far because, again, I am fortunate that I'm working full-time, so I have not had a lot of time to make them myself for donations and things like that. And speaking of that, I saw a post in a Facebook group where they were discussing the merits of selling the masks versus donating them. And I brought up a point that hadn't been raised. The comments thus far had been that these people were very upset that people were selling the masks. They felt that since they were potentially needed by people, that people shouldn't be making money off of them. And I have another argument that's a little bit different. My feeling is that if you are in a position to make masks and donate them, that absolutely go ahead and do that. You know, it's a very kind thing to do for people who are requesting them, and I'm definitely not here to debate whether they're useful or what situations they're useful in. I have no comment on that because I have no expertise in that area. I'm just seeing that people are requesting them, and whatever they're using them for, that is their business, and I'm not here to have an opinion about that. So anyway, I mentioned that, you know, yes, it's great if you're in a position to donate the masks, but there are a lot of people right now who, if maybe they already were selling on Etsy and their sales have suffered, or they were laid off from their job, and basically they need a source of income right now. So in my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with someone in that position selling the masks. There are still plenty of people donating them, and there are actually a lot of people, like I've been approached a lot because everyone knows that I sew, by people saying, hey, can I pay you to make masks for me? You know, I haven't been able to do it myself, but I have donated supplies to other people and done other things that I can do with the time available to me. But that's something that if you have some strong feelings against people selling the masks, it's something I would request that you consider. Is, you know, this could be something that keeps a family afloat. So and if maybe that's you, if you've lost your source of income, I encourage you to look at those tutorial videos on YouTube about making the masks, and see if you can make something like that work for you, and maybe that could be a way for you to gain an income. Also another thing too is with the masks, they, at least in my experience with the style that I've tried so far, they're not quick to make, and they're not even particularly easy to make. I suppose after you've made a few, you can, you know, really get into a rhythm and stuff, but they're not like a simple thing you can whip up in 5 minutes, and if you can, let me know, because that would be awesome. So there's a lot of time involved, and the supplies too. I know a lot of people who sew have huge fabric stashes, and that's been me in the past as well. However, the last several years I've been a lot more conscious of what I'm doing with my money, and spending my money and then having it basically sit in a drawer in the form of fabric, that just wasn't something that was working for me. So I've actually used up the majority of my fabric stash. So I'm going to be looking through everything this weekend and seeing what I do have available, but that's a something that shouldn't be assumed about someone who sews, that they have unlimited amounts of fabric. Another thing to point out is people are using elastic, but you can also use fabric ties, so something like a cotton twill tape, cut up a t-shirt material, so it's kind of like t-shirt yarn if you've heard of that, or just making fabric ties or bias tape, things like that. Those can also be used to make these. Now again, there's certain entities are requesting very specific styles and things like that, so if you're making them for, say, your local medical center, you know, obviously check with them first and see what kind and what specifications they have. So the second part of this video is I want to show you some tips on listing masks on Etsy. If you're not already an Etsy seller or you don't check your email very often, this morning they sent an email to all sellers encouraging us to make and sell the masks on their website. Now here's the caveat. You cannot make any sort of claim or suggestion even of any kind of protection or prevention that these masks provide. All you can say is that this is a mask and describe it. Don't even say what it's for. Basically, this is a mask you can wear on your face and, you know, maybe show a photo of, you know, you or a family member wearing it and then wash it afterwards. Yeah, don't make any sort of claims. Etsy will take your listing down, and that is just not good for your shop standing, and plus it's just not ethical because it's very unlikely that anyone watching this has the scientific knowledge and medical knowledge to know what type of protection they do or do not provide, and I've seen so many conflicting opinions on that. So anyway, if you'd like to list a mask for sale on Etsy, there is a huge demand. I looked this morning just to see what was out there and you know what the prices were and what types of masks and whether they were custom and made or ready to ship and what the turnaround times were. And the site actually just timed out. After a while I couldn't even get anything to load. So Etsy is jumping right now. So again, if you want to list a mask, I have a kind of a sample listing right here, and yes, it would be better if I could do a screencast, but I don't have a lot of time right now, and I think you'll still get the idea. So anyway, so here's a sample listing. I haven't photographed any masks to sell yet, so I just put this little placeholder in here. So you want to have all your photos, and if you're not familiar with Etsy, you can see that they give you suggestions of types of photos to show. In my other listings, if it's a wearable item and I have a photo of someone wearing it, you know, I would include that. You can maybe put the mask on, like if you have like a little mannequin head type of thing, or just a person, or I don't know, get creative, make something out of paper mache, who knows, I don't know. Just don't use toilet paper because we all need that right now. So put as many photos as you can. I would highly suggest taking at least one photo of the mask lying flat next to a ruler, and I even put a quarter in my photo too, because sometimes people they can't visualize what an inch is, but everyone knows what a quarter looks like, at least if you're in America. So include as many photos as you can, front, back, close-ups, everything. And then for your title, again, don't make any claims, just say this is what it is. You don't have to say what it's used for, because that's up to the buyer and you don't want to get into trouble. So for this one, what I've come up with so far is I have fabric face mask ready to ship, because if I do sell any, I'm going to have them ready to ship. Or you can say it's custom or made to order or whatever. And you need to be using tightly woven 100% cotton fabric. So I put that in here. And then for mine, I have just an example that mine's going to be leopard print. And instead of ties, I'm going to use elastic ear loops. Again, use whatever option you're making. And I'm saying fits most adults. So I don't want to say it fits all adults because I haven't met every single individual, and I'm not going to be able to try this mask on several different people. So I'm going to say it fits most adults. And then I'll put their measurements within the listing so that buyers can determine whether or not this mask will fit them. All right, and then here I'm saying that I made it. It's a finished product, and then I made it in the year 2020. And you're going to choose whatever applies to your listing. And then this is the category in the email from this morning from Etsy that showed, where they said that they would like the category, or for what category they want the masks to be in. So it's this bath and beauty, skincare, facial care, face masks. And they did say that over the weekend they're going to be adding some more listing attributes and categories, but this is the current one as of Friday afternoon. All right, and then you can put the primary color. Due to the demand outweighing the supply right now, people might not be searching by color. They just might be just buying whatever they can get, but it doesn't take long. I'm going to say mine is brown and black. It's leopard print, and I chose to manually renew it, and it's a physical item. And then here's our description. This is a very important part. You can use what I'm doing here. Doesn't matter to me, and then just change the parts that apply to you. But this is what I'm saying. This is a 100% cotton face mask in a stylish leopard print. This face mask is made on my sewing machine from 100% cotton fabric. It measures, and I wrote the measurements in inches and then in millimeters, with 1/8 inch wide elastic loops, because I don't have 1/4 inch elastic, measuring 6 inches from end to end. This mask will fit most adults. So I put it here again too, just to increase the chances of a buyer seeing that information. And here, made of 2 layers of 100% cotton fabric, commonly known as quilter's cotton. Because we know cotton is a fiber, there's a lot of different types of fabrics that are made of cotton, so we need to specify. So you could also say it's similar to what a pillowcase is made of, or that sort of thing, something that's comparable. And I'm putting here that it has been pre-washed, because if you're making something that you're intending to wash, you need to pre-wash and dry it first, because that's how it's going to be cared for. And these masks, a lot of suggestions are to wash them often. So this thing's going to get washed. It's going on someone's face. So I put on here how I washed it, because a lot of people are sensitive to like perfumes and dyes and things like that. So I put in my listing that it has been pre-washed in all free and clear detergent and dried without dryer sheets or other fabric softeners to reduce shrinkage. So I use those little plastic dryer balls in my dryer because everything makes me itch. So that's what I use anyway. So I'm letting people know that, so they don't have to worry about this thing smelling like perfume when they get it. And then I'm saying how I ship it. It's going to be shipped in a poly mailer, and it's shipped via a flat, via USPS. So that's one where the tracking isn't really, they don't track it as much, but it's cheaper to ship. So since I'm doing this free shipping, and it is a flat item and can go through a machine very easily, that's how I'm going to be shipping it. And then also I added that this item is made in my smoke-free, cat-friendly home. And this is in all my listings because I want people to know that when they receive something from me, it's not going to smell like cigarettes or any other kind of smoke. And there is a slight chance there might be a cat hair or two on it, even though I work very hard and I look over everything to make sure there are no cat hairs on it, and I don't let my cats lay on my fabric, etc. But if you have pets, once in a while their hairs just appear out of nowhere. So I let people know that. So if they're allergic to cats, they probably won't want to buy my products. All right. And then for tags, think of the ways that people are going to search for these. But again, don't mention anything about COVID-19 or coronavirus or a protective mask. We don't know if it protects. You can't make that claim. You don't want to say it's for a healthcare worker or any particular type of person other than an adult or a child, whatever size you're making. So this is what I've come up with so far. I haven't come up with all 13 tags yet, but I have unisex mask, fabric face mask, leopard print mask, adult face mask, mouth nose mask, elastic mask, or you could say tie-on mask, that's what you're doing, brown face mask, face covering, and cotton face mask. So I'm not making any claims about what it's used for other than it covers your face, but I'm not saying what result you're going to have by covering your face with it. other than you won't see this part of your face. That's the only thing I'm claiming, is that you're not gonna be able, someone can't see this part of your face. That's it. No other claims. And then here I'm including what it's made out of. So I'm using polyester thread, cotton fabric, and elastic. And then my price, quantity, and allowing restock requests. And then for shipping, I'm doing it shipping included since I'm mailing it as a flat, so it's inexpensive. So I'm just rolling it all into one. So that's all right there. So hopefully this helped you guys. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Put them in the comments below. Everyone hang in there. I don't think I could say anything that hasn't been already said a million times. So I'm going to sign off for this. I hope all of you are safe and doing well and are able to get all your needs met and within the safety of your home. Bye-bye.